You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Okay. Hi, this is Me Before Mom, the podcast that helps moms stay connected to themselves while doing the most important job they'll ever have. And I'm your host, Bert Anderson. Hey guys, it's Bert, and you are listening to Me Before Mom. So I was on Facebook and I saw a meme on the Scary Mommy page, and it says, I'm aware that it goes by quickly and that I have my hands full. What I often forget is that I'm doing a good job or that my kids seem happy. These are the things moms need to hear. And it totally resonated with me. And I know I've talked about before how, we say things like the days are long and the years are short. And how really, it is really true. And I wish I had understood that it's true, but is it really a good thing that we tell new moms that? But what I wanted to talk about with this is that I feel like moms in today's world, we're so hard on each other to be the best at everything. And I think the reason why we're so hard on each other to be the best at everything is because of social media, because we are in each other's business all the time. When my mom was raising me and my sister, she didn't have Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat to, or Pinterest even, to post what she was doing and curate this picture perfect life, and then feel the need to hide the behind the scenes stuff that it maybe isn't so perfect. Nor did she have this pressure to, find the best cleaning hack or find the best way to make, a home cooked meal from scratch. I love social media. You guys know that I love social media. Because it's my job. I do this. This is what I do. I have been in the influencing world, the blogging world since 2011. It's what I do. But I think that what we've lost is, I think that while we've had really good intentions of sharing information, we've created this culture of one-upping each other. And so let me tell you why and where I'm going with this. So as an influencer, when I post something or when I am looking at trying to think of something that I am going to share on my blog, now especially, I am trying to look at an angle and figure out how I can share information that is different and flashier, that is going to catch my readers' eyes, and then they're going to get hooked by it and latch onto it. So it can be anything. It can be something as simple as, I've been wanting for a long time to do this video tutorial on how to fold a fitted sheet, because a lot of people don't know how to fold a fitted sheet. And it's actually pretty easy how to fold a fitted sheet. Um, I just need to sit down and actually do the video because I know how to do it. Um, and am I doing a video to share how to do this because I'm kind? Yes. But my job is also to get views. And I know that it's a simple hack to show people how to do it, and I know that they'll watch. It's the same thing with other posts. Like when I was early in my writing career, I used to write for a bunch of different cloth diaper blogs, and one of the most popular things that I would write about was different ways to clean with vinegar, different, eco-friendly, environmentally friendly cleaning products and cleaning hacks. All the different ways you can clean with vinegar and why vinegar is good to clean with. Um, is it superior to Clorox and other cleaners? Probably not when it comes to killing certain bacteria and viruses. But it does its job. But because it seems new and old fashioned, it kind of becomes like the gold standard. And so in certain circles that I was in, it was one of those things where I started to see that because I was pushing out this content of, and I was just looking for something to write about because that was my job. I had to find content to write about. And that's the thing that I think we forget about with these influencers is that, our job is to come up with content. It's to, we have to constantly be coming up with ways to stay at the top of your news feeds and get you to engage with us and interact with us. It's hard. It's not easy, There's so many people doing this too that you don't want to seem like you're copying others. For a really, really long time, and I still don't look at a lot of other influencers' things because I'm so afraid that I'm going to get an idea from them and like I'll end up plagiarizing them and not even really realize it because I have so many visuals of what other people are doing in their heads. We've created this culture of comparison and being in each other's business, and we're so hard on each other as moms. And our mothers did not have this when they were raising us. And I think all too often it is, I do this, I see the Facebook posts where people are, I'm trying to think of something sappy, like, they show like the coffee mug in their hand and it's like a point of view where they're looking at the coffee mug and you can see the school bus like in, the background. The coffee mug is in focus. And the caption says something like, sending my sweeties off with a good, healthy breakfast to start their education, first day of school. Something like that. And it's a nice picture. Maybe I have older kids, and so what I think to that is, okay, like what happened before then? Like, was it really this blissful? Because I've taken that picture before. It was not blissful beforehand, let me tell you. It was crazy. And it was chaotic getting everybody out of the house. But here's my pretty coffee mug. Everything looks perfect. I think that we are getting to a point where I think that the pendulum is going to switch and we're going to see a lot of people becoming more authentic in how they struggle and what is going on in their lives. Um, and that is a really, really good thing. I don't think that we have to be so like black and white. So, for example, like I said, I used to do a lot for the cloth diapering world, and I cloth diapered all three of my kids. Don't pat me on the back too much. It's not that hard. But I wasn't, just because I cloth diapered doesn't mean I didn't use other things that were more modern. So I like to call myself semi crunchy because I cloth diapered. I don't use dryer sheets. I use wool dryer balls. Um, let's see. I do take medicine. I take antidepressants for my depression. I'm not going to give that up because I know what I'm like when I'm not taking my medication, and it's not a good thing. I am fully vaccinated against all the things, and I fully vaccinated all of my children. I mean, it's all these things like, but I would not go and put that out on social media because I would be crucified for it. But why? But that's like, it doesn't even matter. Like, why does it need to matter, like, what I do? The same thing for you. Like, it doesn't matter. All that matters at the end of the day is, are my kids happy? Am I doing a good job? And aside from the teenage angst that my son is starting to get into, that is just going to happen, my kids are happy. And I do think I'm doing a good job. And we all have our hands full. And it does go by quickly. I cannot believe how fast everything goes by. But that is life. And there is nothing that we can do to make it slow down. In fact, I think the harder we hold on to life, the faster it goes. There's nothing you can do. Because, I mean, if you think about it, the only way you can get things to slow down, I was thinking about this the other day, because when you're on vacation, you know, vacation like flies by because you're so busy doing things. The only way to get time to stand still is for you to stand still and do nothing. So if I want for my children's lives to not go by quickly, I need to make them stand still and not experience life. And we will just not experience life together. We will just stand still. And they will stay smaller longer. But that's not even living. Who wants to do that? I don't want to do that. And now they're getting to be fun. Do I miss like the baby stage and the toddler stage? I do. Cuz it was adorable. They were a lot of fun. They were physically demanding. You know, being needed for everything physically was really hard. However, being at the age now where they can have conversations with me and we can talk about feelings and emotions. I'm getting to the age with my middle daughter that we can talk about girl stuff um and life. Like I am really enjoying it. It is fun. I like it. And I like being able to talk to my son on the days when he's not trying to be super funny. Every age and stage, and you'll hear this too, the longer you're a parent, has its ups and downs, and its positives and its negatives. Um, and I think we just need to embrace that instead of resist it. And I think we need to get our nose out of everybody else's business and allow people to parent the way they want to parent, as long as it is not hurting the child. And you know what I mean. Come on, you're smart. As long as the child is not endangered, as long as your own child is not endangered, let people live the way they want to live. Get out of their, get out of their business. If they put it out on social media, yes, I guess there's the argument that they want everybody to know about it and talk about it, but like, who cares? I think so much of what we put out sometimes on social media is because really we want, I mean, maybe deep down we all want for somebody to tell us that we are doing a good job, you know? Because when you see that like on anything that you've posted, you get this little like dopamine hit, and you're like, oh, somebody likes it. They like what I did. And if you don't have a like or a positive, reaction or anything, you're like, how come nobody cares? What's wrong with me? Like, we can't let our lives, we can't let like the success of our parenting choices or anything be determined by a machine. And like I said, social media is fun. I like social media. You guys know that I like social media because I've told you that a million times. But I think we need to recognize that social media is exactly that. It's to be social. And social means fun. Sharing pictures. Showing friends and family who are far away what is going on in your life. It should not replace human interaction with real life people. We are not meant to do life behind a computer screen. And you are not meant to beat yourself up because you do not make a home cooked meal every single night of the week. I am lucky if we sit down for dinner once a week. And it has nothing to do with not wanting to. It has everything to do with stuff that we have going on, activities. And sometimes I'm not inspired to cook. And that's perfectly fine. I think you will find that if you feel the same way I do, you're not alone. And you know what? If where I excel at one thing, another mom might not excel at. So one mom may excel at making sure. Actually, no. I have this neighbor who's great. Her name is Heather. She's amazing at like cooking, and she has a menu every week. She has meals planned out, snacks. That is Heather's thing. Heather is great. I own an immersion blender. Heather used, until she got one, Heather used my immersion blender more than I did and would always apologize for keeping it too long. And I was like, Heather, you use it more than I do. It's okay. But that's Heather. Like, that's what Heather does. Heather is better, and she enjoys that part of being a mom. I don't know what I do that's better than her, because I don't really look at her to figure out like her faults. But I am sure that there are things that she looks at for me and she's like, oh, Bert does this better than I do. Because we're always going to be comparing each other. But I think we need to rest in the fact that you are the mom that your kids are meant to have. And you need to be very confident in that and be okay with it. Because they don't know another mom. They don't have another mom, for the most part. There might be some tricky things that I don't know about. So I'm making a general statement. But you are the mom in their life that they need. So you are doing a really good job. And if they seem happy, take it and run with it. And don't doubt yourself. Use social media to be social. Stay away from sanctum mommies. You know what those are. Moms who go on to social media platforms and try to change the world by judging other moms. That doesn't work. If as women, we have too many things that we are managing in our life and too many people that we have to take care of, that we put ourselves last. And if you are finding that you are in any type of friendship or relationship that feels toxic and you just feel bad about it, then leave the friendship or relationship, because it is not worth your time. Or as my mom would say, it is not worth the emotional energy. And it's okay. I read something once that said, don't be friends with the girls with yeah, it was something like, don't be friends with the girls who are going to talk about you when you get up from the table. Just think about that. I mean, I'm sure that you know people you're friends with that are like that. I know I do. You don't have to break up. Just distance yourself a little bit. Take care of yourself, because you're taking care of everybody else. And, you know, you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help anybody else. That is what this entire podcast is about. Me before mom, putting your oxygen mask on first. You are not going to be good to anyone if you are running on an empty tank. So take a deep breath, look yourself in the mirror, and say, I'm doing a good job. My kids seem happy. And above all else, be kind to yourself. Always be kind. Hello, everybody. We are going to talk about, what are my children reading?
What are they reading?
What are they reading? Oh, it's kind of like a reading rainbow. The reading rainbow. Anyways.
I love LeVar Burton. Shout out LeVar Burton!
He is the best, is he not? And I love, have you listened to his LeVar Burton Reads podcast?
I have. Yes, I have.
Yes, it's very relaxing.
It is.
So the books that I am reading with my children, well, it's mainly my middle child, because she wants to read chapter books, and she and I both like fantasy and sci-fi. My son does too, but he's in 7th grade now, so he doesn't really sit down and read books with me anymore. But there is this book, it's being turned into a Netflix series, and it's called The School for Good and Evil. What is the name of it has like a cult following, and now I have to look it up because, yeah, The School for Good and Evil. I'm totally going to butcher his name. It's by Soman Chiani.
Where's
Chiani.
he from?
I think he is from, I think his parents are from India.
Cool.
Um, so I mean, so there's 5 books. It's amazing. I feel have I talked about this at all?
No.
I feel like I may have talked about this, but I probably have I've talked about this with a lot of people because I love the books, but it's kind of what it does is it's it's about these 2 girls who are complete opposites and they live in this village. And every year um children are taken from this village, like kidnapped, and they're taken to um this place, and it's a school called the School for Good and Evil. And what it is it's a school for fairy tales. And so you have a good side and a bad side. And Sophie and Agatha are their names. Sophie befriends Agatha, who is kind of like the village weirdo and nerd. And Sophie, her only reason for befriending Agatha is because she wants to be in the school for good so she can be a princess. So she has no good intentions to being Agatha's friend. So they get there to the School for Good and Evil, and lo and behold, Agatha is in the School for Good, and Sophie is in the School for Evil.
Of course.
Of course. Um, so it is about their story, and it is about friendship and, what's on the inside, what that matters. Agatha kind of finds herself because her outward appearance is not, when you see her, she is not like strikingly beautiful the way Sophie is, but she has a great heart. And it's very good. Super good. The books are really long. It's annoying that I'm reading it with my child because I can't read ahead and I would just like to sit and finish the books already.
Is it like Harry Potter, but like friendship?
Kind of. Yeah, it is kind of like Harry Potter, and that there's a lot of characters and there's a lot of lore to it. And that is really cool. So like one of the characters, his dad is Arthur from Camelot. So like that story is weaved into it. I think the big bad wolf, there's a werewolf in there too. And the interesting thing is that I'm not giving anything away by saying this, but in the School for Evil, like you can become a villain, and those are like the best students. But then the worst students become like a rock that the villain steps on.
That's funny.
I know, like, and the same thing for like the School for Good. The worst students become like a flower in the field. So everybody has a job.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what would I be?
I don't know. I hope you have good grades in the School for Good and Evil.
Oh, geez, that's high pressure. That
It is a lot of pressure. Yeah, so definitely check out that book. And then the other series that I have to suggest, I haven't actually read it, but my daughter has been flying through the books, is called Wings of Fire, and it's about dragons.
Oh my god, I love dragons. I'm about to get a dragon back tattoo.
Oh, well, she will love that.
Oh, cool.
She is all into dragons and wishes that they were real. Maybe they are.
Maybe they are!
That's what she thinks.
I'm on her page.
It's by it's 2T Sutherland. Tuit Sutherland. So, again, it's a series of children's fantasy novels. There are, oh gosh, I guess they're on the 14th. There's 14 books at the time that we are recording this. So there are 14 Wings of Fire books.
Holy crap.
Yes. So she's on, I think, the 8th book, 7th or 8th book. She brings the books wherever she goes. She stays up until like 11:30 at night reading. So I would say that this series of books, this is the series of books that has turned my daughter into a reader.
How
for
long
sure.
are they?
Some of them are like 250 pages.
Dang.
So yeah, they're not short. And then of course I have to say Harry Potter, because how can you not love Harry Potter?
Rules all.
I know. My son finished Harry Potter during COVID, during the first lockdown.
That's a great time to read it.
Yep. That is what he did. So, yep. He loved Harry Potter.
Those are some good suggestions.
Thank you. Yeah. And then he also read Lord of the Rings and loved it.
Oh my gosh, I love Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only read the first one.
Yeah, I think he only read the first one too. I'm trying to think if he read the second one. I think he may have read it. I'll have to ask him. I don't know.
Does he like Dune?
He has not read it yet. I started reading Dune. I felt like I needed a dictionary to read Dune, or an encyclopedia, because there's so many characters.
There's so much going on.
And there's so much going on.
Well, I think I'm going to see that movie at some point.
Of course.
I have to, yeah.
Yes. I too will be seeing that movie. I really had a goal of reading Dune before the movie came out, and it just did not happen.
You really got to be in a weird mindset to finish that book.
You do. And like I said, you have to be willing to write down names on pieces of paper and who goes where and who is who.
Or I just get the idea. I'm like, oh, whatever. I didn't even read that page. Here I go.
I'm just like, wait, what? Who's this person? Huh?
I know. It's a lot.
So, that's that, guys. Those are my book suggestions.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay.
Thanks.
Until next time.
Until next time. And that is a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And in case you were wondering, Me Before Mom is hosted by me, Bert Anderson. And it is produced by the lovely and talented Sarah Abdel All. You can also check out Matriarch DM for all of the show notes, as well as other amazing podcasts for women, by women. And don't forget to check out my own website, bertmanderson.com, so you can see what's going on in my world. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you guys next time.